Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean and these are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. We say goodbye to Fiona and now it's time for TD9. An update on a hit-and-run death of a pedestrian and a generator blows up in Frederiksted and a man is lucky to be alive. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8.
News Channel 8 is sponsored by AT&T. Centennial is joining AT&T for greater coverage, more innovation, and better service.
In our top story tonight, we're just about ready to say goodbye to Fiona. At 8 p.m. tonight, Fiona will be at its closest point to the Virgin Islands. From St. Thomas, it's just 172 miles. That will be as of 8 p.m. tonight. And winds extending outside of Fiona about 50 miles can be expected at between 58 and 65 miles per hour. And 100 miles outside of the storm, winds can be felt between 39 and 57 miles per hour. At 8 p.m. tonight, Tropical Storm Fiona will be located at approximately 20.3 north, 63.3 west, with 65 mile per hour winds, depending on where you stand. She is moving very quickly right now and will be out of our way by 8 a.m. in the morning. And by that time, she will be pretty much clear of anywhere in the Caribbean. By that time in the morning, we won't have to worry about Fiona at all. Now, we do need to keep our eye on TD9, Tropical Depression 9. Now, it's a tropical depression at this time. It doesn't have a name. It will not receive a name until it achieves a tropical storm status, which is very possible, according to the National Weather Service, within the next 48 hours that it will be a named tropical storm. If it is, it will don the name Gaston. So we'll have to see what happens in the future with it. It's not expected to receive anywhere in the Caribbean until way into next week, so we don't have anything to worry about right there. Tropical Storm 9 is presently located at 17.0 north and 53.0 west with 60 mile per hour winds, and we will be keeping an eye on Tropical Depression number 9. And in other news, a generator caught on fire in a Prosperity section of Frederiksted, and a 25-year-old man is lucky to be alive. News Channel 8's Wes Small has this exclusive report.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We are in a state Prosperity, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning here on Wednesday, and this is a beautiful family. I know this family personally. It's the family of the late Corporal Joseph Bess, a good friend of mine, and he leaves behind a family here, and unfortunately WAPA is out here at this beautiful home in the state Prosperity. A lot of you don't have power, I understand that. St. Croix really didn't fare as good as people think we did. There are people in various pockets with no power. The generator exploded yesterday as a 25-year-old, one of the sons of Joe Bess, was trying to put fuel in this propane diesel, brand new. And we have permission from the family to show you this. We're not invading their privacy. Fortunately, the young man is not going to lose his legs, but he was burned severely, both legs from the knees down. He's going to be enduring a very painful skin graft type operation in the next few minutes, few hours. The widow of Joseph Bess will be en route to the hospital momentarily. I know a lot of you police officers and retired police officers out there are concerned about this family because Joe Bess was one of the good ones. And this is a message to you this hurricane season to please be careful. Please read the directions carefully. Please use the utmost care when you deal with the generator. We know that you are discomforted with the lack of power. We know that you have babies that need attention and you need the fan and the food. But please be very careful as you use your generator. You're looking at some of the footage now. Things could have been a lot worse. You see inside the utility room here with paint and paint thinner and dangerous explosives. Fire officials said had that caught on fire, it could have been much worse. And this whole house, beautiful house, could have went up in flames. It is several $1,000s worth of damage, though, no doubt, as you're looking at some footage of the blown-out window upstairs and so forth. So please, as we endure 2 more months of this rapid hurricane season, let this be an example to you and your loved ones. Please be careful when you use generators. I'm in Estate Prosperity, the home of former police corporal Joseph Best, a very dear friend of mine and my late mother as well. He will always be remembered as a great police officer. With that, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And yes, the fire department on St. Croix has been rather busy as of late. Here's News Channel 8's Wes Small, who discovered a boat on fire near the Frederickstead Fish Market.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We are a little bit adjacent to the pier. We have DP&R people out here looking. Look at this vessel. And it is really leaking some serious toxic fiberglass fumes. Other members of the media is here as well. I mean, this is unbelievable. We just saw a fire truck leave a little while ago. We think this fire started around 8 or 9 last night. I already told you about the boat down there from yesterday that overtook those. Deputy Police Chief Howell is still checking that other vessel about alleged weapons coming off of it or whatever. His investigators are working on that. Meanwhile, someone, we believe this looks like arson, set this boat on fire. Look at that fiberglass. And we can't stay here too long because this is very toxic. So I guess words can't describe, but pictures speak a lot more than that. This is a total mess. Well, that's it. As we dodge Fiona, say goodbye to Earl, it looks like these storms uncover a lot of other stuff. Who would have thought fires would be the talk of the day, especially after I just left former police officer Joseph Best, as that generator blew up last night. So the fire department on St. Croix has really been busy over the last 24 hours. We are in Frederickstead, near the pier, where we have another vessel in trouble after the storm, and this is a mess. Fiberglass and the like set on fire last night. The salvage companies and DP&R and everyone have a lot to do before these beaches in Frederickstead are safe because of these washed-up vessels. In Frederickstead, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. Well, with all the hurricane news we've had lately, we've fallen behind on some other stories. For example, last Friday night, a 60-year-old man was killed in a hit-and-run pedestrian accident. Here's media assistant Kishma Harrington with more.
The Traffic Investigation Bureau on St. Croix is investigating a fatal auto accident that killed a man in his mid-60s around 7 o'clock p.m. Friday, August 27th. The name of the victim is being withheld pending notification of next of kin. According to St. Croix Deputy Police Chief Christopher Howell, the victim was walking on the side of the road near Glass 2000 in his Atan. He was struck by a vehicle. Deputy Chief Howell said the driver fled the scene. When police arrived on the scene, they observed the unresponsive victim, who was transported by ambulance to the Governor 1 F. Louis Hospital and Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Deputy Chief Howell urged pedestrians to exercise caution when utilizing public roads at night. Always look both ways when crossing at crosswalks or intersections. Pay attention to any approaching vehicles. Also, wear bright or reflective clothing for night or evening walks and carry a flashlight if possible. Anyone having information on this case is urged to call 911 or Crime Stoppers USCI at 1-800-222-TIP.
Thanks, Ms. Harrigan. And when we come back from this break, we'll take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight.